Today I'm gonna show you 7 outline embroidery stitches every beginner should know. Hi, it's Stella here from Why Not Stitches, and today I'll be showing you 7 embroidery stitches for beginners that are great to use for lettering and outlining shapes. These stitches are the most basic and commonly used stitches in embroidery. This one is called running stitch. Basically, it's a dashed line. Start by bringing the needle up from the back of the fabric to the front. Then, push the needle back down in the fabric a short distance away from the starting point. Bring the needle up from the back of the fabric again, a short distance away from the end point of the first stitch, and then go back down into the fabric as you did before. Keep repeating this process, making sure the stitches are the same length and evenly spaced. The length of the stitch and the space between them can be any size you choose. The important thing is to keep it consistent. This is back stitch. Bring the needle up from the back of the fabric to the front, right at the beginning of your line. Insert your needle back into the fabric slightly ahead of the starting point and create the first stitch. Then, come up a stitch length ahead and pull the needle all the way through, taking your needle down to the end of the previous stitch. Keep repeating these steps until you reach the end of the line or a shape you are working on. This stitch creates a continuous line and is great for lettering. It can also serve as a base for various stitches. For straight lines, keep the stitch length consistent. For curves or more intricate shapes, make the stitch a bit smaller to maintain a smooth curved line. The blanket stitch. With this one, you need to start on the line where you want the rope-like edge to be. Bring the needle up from the back of the fabric to the front. Take your needle back into the fabric at a diagonal from where you came out. Pull the needle down, but leave a small loop. Bring the needle up on the line where the rope-like edge will be. Make sure you catch the loop and pull the thread all the way through. This is the first stitch and it should look like an L shape. Then again, take your needle back into the fabric at a diagonal from where you came out. Leave a loop and make sure to catch it when you bring the needle up. Repeat these steps until you reach the end of the line or shape you are working on. For curved shapes, make the rope-like stitches smaller to maintain a smooth curved line. This stitch is also called the buttonhole stitch and is used on appliques, on edges of the fabric, and for intricate outlines. To end the stitch, you practically need to secure the last loop with a tiny stitch. The outline stitch. Begin by bringing the needle up from the start of the line. Take the needle back down into the fabric a short distance away from the starting point, but don't pull the thread till the end. Leave a loop and keep it above the line. Bring your needle up right at the starting point of your previous stitch and pull it through the end. This would be the first stitch. From here, you will need to repeat the previous steps until you reach the end of the line, always keeping the working thread above the line. This stitch is great not only for outlines but for filling shapes as well. By the way, if you don't know yet how to start or finish an embroidery thread, I have a great tutorial about this on my channel. Check the link below this video. To close the line, take your last stitch down close to the previous stitch. The split stitch. Begin by creating a straight stitch. Then bring the needle up at the middle of the front half, splitting the previous stitch. Go forward to create the next straight stitch and then come up with your needle, splitting this one as you did with the first stitch. Repeat these steps until you reach the end of the line or design you are working on. Keep the same length of the stitch and the same position of the splitting point for each stitch. For straight lines, keep the stitch length consistent. For curves or more intricate shapes, make the stitch a bit smaller to maintain a smooth curved line. This stitch is great not only for outlines but for filling shapes as well. The chain stitch. Bring your needle up from the back of the fabric to the front, right at the beginning of your line. Then, take the needle back down very close to the point that you just came up, or even use the same hole. Pull the needle through and leave a loop right there. Next, go forward one stitch length and bring the needle up through the loop and pull the thread all the way. But don't pull it too tight because you want the loop to stay visible. From here on, you need to repeat these steps until you reach the end of the line. The chain stitch is great for outlines, lettering and filling shapes. To close a chain stitch, secure the last loop with a tiny stitch. The couching stitch. For this one, you'll need two threads. One that is going to lay along the line you want to create, and the second thread that is going to secure the laid thread in place. I'll call them the laid thread and the working thread. Bring up the laid thread from the start of the line and leave it free. Eventually, keep it together with your needle. We'll need it later. Now, take your working thread and bring the needle up from the back of the fabric to the front. Then, go back into the fabric over the laid thread on the other side of it, but not in the same hole that you just came up. Repeat these steps until you reach the end of the line. Meanwhile, guide the laid thread following the design you are working on. To have a beautiful couching stitch, you must keep your stitches evenly spaced along the laid thread. Keep them the same size and perpendicular to the laid thread. I know it's a good and easy stitch to create outlines, but I never tried it for filling shapes. To end the couching stitch, take down the needle with the laid thread right at the end of the line you are working on and secure both threads on the back of your fabric. And that's it for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll make sure to reply to all of them. Keep in mind that practice makes the master, and experimenting with threads and stitches is your friend that can unleash your creativity. If you found this tutorial useful, make sure to hit the like button to support the growth of this channel. I wish you happy stitching!